Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to be showing you how to find and complete the Science Lesson 0602. To get started, I'm going to click into my science course. And very similar to social studies, you'll notice you'll have Module 1, and then we're going to go in order. So your next module is Module 2. When you click on it, you'll notice that there are lessons from Module 6 within Module 2, and that is okay. And kind of like social studies, the original Module 2 activities on Buzz did not meet our standards, so the district moved Module 6 lessons into Module 2. So for this assignment, we're looking at 0602, Falling to Earth. So I'm going to start by clicking on the lesson. And before we get into the activity of what you're going to need to be doing, your assignment, I do want to make note that you do not need to complete the practice like a scientist on page 7 of this lesson. So if you notice, this lesson has 16 pages. And as I was saying, on page 7, there is an activity called Practice Like a Scientist that you do not have to do. I'm going to scroll about halfway down right here. Practice Like a Scientist on page 7. This assignment requires some materials that you might not have at home. So the district has allowed us to omit or get rid of this activity in this science lesson. Now, if this is something that you still want to do, feel free to do it, but you are not required to do this assignment. I'm sorry, you're not required to do this activity. You still do need to do the assignment for this lesson 0602. This assignment for this lesson is on page 16 of this lesson. So once you go through the lesson, you read everything, you do the activities, watch the videos, all the different parts of the lesson, you'll come to the last page titled What is my assignment? And here you'll find the worksheet Falling to Earth. For this assignment, you're going to be completing a graphic organizer and a narrative on gravity. So the directions for this first sheet, it says, using the graphic organizer, create an argument that supports the assumption that gravity pulls all objects down toward the center of Earth. Provide evidence to support your claim. So let's kind of go through this graphic organizer. So your introduction, this is where you're going to have your intro and your statement on the statement or argument that supports that gravity pulls all objects down toward the center of Earth. So what I would do here is I would put one thing that I know that shows that gravity pulls all objects down towards the center of Earth. So, for example, my introduction might include that I know gravity pulls all objects towards the center of the Earth because when I throw an object up in the air, what does it do? It comes back down. So that could be my argument, which would be in my intro. And then my supporting details would be complete sentences of examples that support that. So for my supporting detail number 1, I could say, when I throw a basketball up in the air, once it goes through the hoop, it comes back down to the ground because gravity is pulling it back down towards Earth, towards the center of the Earth. Then I would have a supporting detail number 2, another example. And then for my third one, I would provide another example. So your body paragraphs here, your supporting details, these would be your examples that support your argument that you're putting in your introduction. And then the last part is your conclusion, wrapping it up, restating your intro, restating those examples and how those examples support your argument. Then you're going to take all the things that you fill out in this graphic organizer and you're going to go to the second page. So this assignment is 2 pages. So make sure you do both pages and you turn in both pages. This second sheet that goes along with the graphic organizer, it says once you've completed it, use your graphic organizer to write an argument that supports the assumption that gravity pulls all objects down toward the center of Earth. Your report should include an introduction paragraph, followed by a body paragraph, and finally a concluding paragraph. So, what you're going to do on this second page is you're going to take what you filled out in this graphic organizer and you're going to organize it into 3 separate paragraphs. An intro, your body paragraph is going to be your 3 supporting details, and then your conclusion is your last paragraph. So on this sheet right here, you're going to write 3 paragraphs. An intro stating your argument of how you know, or what's your argument of how you know gravity pulls all objects back down to the center of Earth. Your middle paragraph is going to be your 3 supporting details, your 3 pieces of evidence or examples that support your argument. And then your last paragraph is going to be your conclusion, where you wrap it all up and you explain how your examples support your argument. When you're done with this assignment, boys and girls, you need to make sure that you turn in both of these pages. I'm going to go back to Buzz. And in order to turn this in, again, you can use this back arrow and click on the 0602 submission link, or you can use this right arrow to go to the next activity, which will bring you to the page where you can submit both of these worksheets. On your screen, you'll see a blue plus here in the bottom right-hand corner. Click that plus and attach your worksheets for a grade.